also 8 measures long. Then we get a verse 2, which is different from verse 1. So we can't just repeat, we'll have to teach it. But then we'll go back and pick up chorus 2, which is like chorus 1, except for the very, very end of it. After chorus 2, we will go into that little instrumental interlude that we all remember from the original recording, and that looks like it's going to be right at 8 measures long too. Then we go into a verse 3, which is in a different key. So we'll have a modulation here. So we'll have verse 3, and then chorus 3, which is also in the new key, and then we'll have our ending, which is 8 measures long as well. So that's the basic layout of the song, and that way as we go through it, I can talk about these different sections, and you'll know where I am. And we will number each of these sections with their own set of numbers. Like the introduction will be measures 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the intro. Verse 1, we'll talk about measures 1 through 8 of verse 1. So we will use a numbering system unique for each section, intro, verse, chorus, and all that. It'll make it easier to navigate and to discuss as we're moving through it. Not like if we were doing a classical piece, which is like 100 measures long, where we have to talk about each section in measures that are like measure 20 to 29. So we can keep our number system 1 through 8 and just talk about the different sections that we're at in the song. So let's start with the intro. The intro is 4 measures long and it has a pickup note. So we'll start on that pickup note after the 4-beat count off. Let me play these 4 measures of this first intro for you, and then I'll work you through them. So left hand, we're going to start on the G, 2 below, middle C with our first finger. And then from there, we're going to go to the C below that with our 5th finger and hit it twice. Come back to the G, then 2 C's, the G, 2 C's, again. And then on this G, I'm going to use my 2nd finger. And it's going to make it easier for me to jump to what's next. So far we have this. G, C, C, G, C, C, G, C, C, G, C, C, G. And once again, that first G is going to be on the upbeat of 4 on the count off. So the count off will go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that puts us on that first batch of C's on the downbeat. Now I mentioned that I had to play that last G with my 2nd finger so that I could jump up to this. And this is a left hand moving to the C below, middle C with the 5th. Then I'll play the D above that with my 4th, E above that with my 3rd, G above that with my 2nd, A above that with my 1st, cross over to play the C above that with the 2nd. So I have C, D, E, G, A, C, and then I'll do that again in the left hand. But now the right hand will come in on that 2nd time that I do that. And let's see where that right hand comes in. Now when the left hand is doing that 2nd C, D, E, G, A, C, the right hand is going to come in with the E2 above middle C, and we can use our 4th finger on that. It's going to come in when my left hand hits the G. So left hand we have C, D, E, right there. When the left hand plays that G, right hand play that E, left hand play the A, and then when you cross over for the C, I want the right hand to play the D right below the E it just played. So right hand is going E, D, while the left hand has. And that is the intro. From here we go into the first verse. Let's take a look at it. We are now at verse 1, which is 8 measures long. Let's start with just the first 4 measures. Here they are. So measure 1 is this. So the left hand is doing the same pattern it did earlier with that C, D, E, G, A, C. In the right hand, I have a G above middle C with my 1st finger, and then the E above that with my 5th. So we came off those pickup notes at the end of the intro to this, and that's a G and E. Finger 1 on the G, finger 5 on the E. This hits with the left hand's C. At this point, I pick up the pedal and put it down, and that's the sustain pedal.